Good morning. My name is Dr. Carlton, and I'm going to be showing you about Kahoot and how it works. So let me share my screen. The first thing that I'm going to do is let me just show you, first of all, when you come to the home screen, which is kahoot.com. So when you type that, you can go ahead and log in by clicking here. However, I'm actually already logged in. But if you don't have an account and you go to log in, it's going to prompt you that you can create an account. You're going to create an account for yourself. And then you're going to be able to get to this area, which is the dashboard. So my dashboard is actually filled out and all of that good stuff because I have other items here. You may not have as many items as I have, but you will see some of these general features. So pretty quickly, you'll see your username, whatever your name, you put yours under. If you have an upgraded account, you will have the upgrade will be off of here, and whatever type of account you have will be here. Interest, I can choose what interests me, and it will actually help me to find those types of items and also highlight them and recommend them. So I can also go back to hide this again, but you can also see if I actually go to edit the interest, there are way more items under here that I can select from as well. So it's up to me. And sometimes you can do activities because sometimes you may do an activity just for fun with kids, not necessarily subject related. Okay, because you're still relationship building and building that social presence. All right, so let me go out of here. Now, you'll see on this side, this is, I'll give you more information. They're always trying to give you more information about new features, new items, what's new, some articles. We also have a new feature, which is the create collection. This allows you to actually put together multiple Kahoots. So if I clicked on this, which is create Kahoot, you can actually go in, create an actual collection, give it a name, unit one, blah, 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 right? I'm sorry, I hit the thing by mistake. Um, Skeletons, okay? Let's say you wanted to put skeletons in there. Sorry, I can't type today. And then let's just say we're just gonna put bones here, right? And then I could actually change this, put it to another cover page for this, and then I could click create. Now it's gonna create the collection name. Now I have to choose from my existing Kahoot. So you would already have to have existing ones to choose from to be able to scroll down to and click on, or I can just search the name out. Let's say I was looking for, okay, so if I'm looking for, I'm sorry, if I'm looking for skeletal, the skeletal system, this one will come up. I can go ahead and make sure this one is added to that, right? By clicking, okay. And then once we click, you can click done. And now it becomes a part of your collection, right? And your collection name is at the very top. It says Unit 1 Skeleton. So you can actually put some pre-assessments, some within the unit questions. You could put in a review question. So all of these will be under the same collection for skeletons, right? And then once you're done, you can click done here and it will actually remain as one of your collections. Now, the thing that's important is to know that you can use your menu to go back and forth. So up here is the 3 lines, and I could go back home. Or what I could do instead is maybe I want to go back to my general collections area. So I click back that collections where it's so I can go back and then I'll see my collection names. I can edit it at this point. I can open it at this point. I can actually delete items, share items. I can expand this view, right? So I can actually see it differently. And then this is how that looks otherwise. Okay, now let's go back to our home again. All right, so quickly, what we're going to do is look to the right. This is where I've already put some of my Kahoots because I've put them in a place where I have archived them. So they're all under my items here. And so I'll show you in a little bit how you can do that. But let's go to creating one. So let's just quickly go into there. Um, and actually, let me do this real quick because this is real quick. Let me do this before I go there. Let's click here. This is an analytical report that can give you data about your particular class that took one of these, right? So it gives you the date and in fact the time that they were able to access this. It lets you see these areas, the summary, how many students, how many questions. They have a new section now about the actual feedback. So you can literally the students can click their particular rankings for you in terms of stars. They can do a thumbs up, all of that type of thing. Also, it tells you more about what percentage the students overall were doing in terms of getting things correct. You also see here the players, the questions, and how long it took them to do those 39 questions. The other thing you see here is that they give you the difficult questions. So this class had a problem with 6 of them. However, you can tell which class it is based on the names of the students. So it's important that you have the students name themselves what is on the roll. Okay. And then also you see here, you can expand this by clicking on the see all, and you will see that there are all of the questions here, all 6 of them, and it will show you the question itself, what the responses were, the possible responses could have been. I'm sorry. And then over here, you can see what the students were able to mark, and you can look at the specific number. And then the percentage at the top is how many people got it correct. Only 17% of the people who took this got it correct, or only 22% over here got this particular question correct. So this also, let me go back, let me click this, go back to the report again. So I'm gonna go back to the initial report area. The initial report area is at the bottom, right? And it's important for you to be able to click this to access, and you can, look at the data there, because data is really important for informing instruction. When I clicked on this before, right, I didn't really show you that I could then, when I look at the difficult questions, and I, wanted those questions to be created into a bigger Kahoot, right? I could have done that, but this is what I showed you last time. This time, let me just show you with them not expanded, you can create a Kahoot with just these difficult questions. It will take those difficult questions and make them into one. So that will help you to reteach students and then go back and assess again using the Kahoot, and then be able to use that information going forward. And that's an awesome thing. So let's go back home again. Now let's go to create one. All right, so we create, go right on into here. After you click create, you can start off with your question. So you might want to say, move this out of the way. Why, no, sorry, what is technology? Let's say that, okay? And you might have multiple answers here, right? And you also have a way of changing the percentage. How long you want to give them, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, it's up to you. I usually leave it at 20 seconds unless it's a much longer question at the top. Then you might want to give them more time. All right, then you have a certain amount of points. You can choose to move that. You can leave, so it's up to you on what you want to do in terms of that. And you can, well, this is the point that it's actually going to give it. I'm sorry, for that one. So let's go to this. You might want to do your question in forms of, like, let's say your response could be, it is a computer. It is the use of to create products that help others, right? All right. Let's make this shorter, because you get a message if you make it too long. Okay. Then there we go. And then we'll go and put another one here, say radio. Okay, so these are like similar, but the reason why I'm putting these down is because these are what people think. These are like myths. People think that a computer is technology. It's not. It's not. It is not technology itself. It is actually something that demonstrates the use of technology. So, trying to get that assumption out there and to have kids to be able to respond to it. So let's say we're done with this question, right? So let's keep going. We can add more questions, right? Let's let's add another question here. So let's go into let's do this one. All right, so we will come back to the next one and we'll add another one here. So, and then just keep on adding as you go along. What is biotechnology, right? And then you can add more of your responses there. And then you can just write little. Just gonna put random things there, and then you could put something there. Okay, so you could put those there, and you also could put an image if you want. You could select and put, upload an image here, and then you could have that added to whatever it is. So let's just say I picked something out of here. Let's say I'm just gonna choose something at random. Okay, and let's say I put that image there because I uploaded that. That was a part of that, and just go on into this. And let's say at this point, I could also go into another option of making more of these, but I can do it in a different way. So let's go to question bank, right? Because I've been to add question, but now we're going to go to question bank. Let's click that. Now let's say I can pose a question and say, what is structural technology, right? And then I can see if anybody has asked that question before, right? Okay. Maybe they didn't ask that question before. Maybe they asked, what are, let's say, because it's going through the database. As I'm typing, it's going through the database to see if there's something there that is the same thing, right? Okay, so something similar. So even though I have typed what are the core, I was going to type core technologies, but that's what it has here. Even though that's typed in the wrong form, it still can, I still can use what I see here. So this is something I can add by just going over to add, right? And this is going to put that question right on in there. That's my third question that shows up. Then let's say if I'm looking for, what is mechanical technology, right? And see, this one comes up with mechanical advantage. It comes up with what is the main goal, technology. What is a sorry, I clicked that by mistake. What is a mechanical object? So there are all kinds of things that you can find under here. Let's just say I'm going to say, you know what, I do want to put this as a question. What is a mechanical advantage, right? And I could click that. Now, what you can do also is see how I have these questions that have kind of started. These are the ones I created before, right? This one was there. This is the one that came from the bank, right? And let's say I don't like the way a response is done. I can always click in there and I can delete whatever it is that I don't want. And then I can also add an image if I would like to. But I can do what I need to do here. I can always take this stuff out off and say I don't like that question, or whatever. It depends on what I want to do with it, right? And then I can always import slides if I have the advanced. So when you see this little button here, this is more of an upgraded account, and I don't have an upgraded account. I have a free account. Down here also, you can import a spreadsheet. So if you literally click on this, I could have used the download the template. So I can click on it, right? It will give me the downloaded version right here. I click on it at the bottom left. It'll open up an Excel document. Once it does that, I can actually type into that document. So let's say, for example, you have your question here, you have the other items there. So whenever you're finished with whatever your items are that you want here, you can put those items there. So you can start off here. This is where your question would go. So you want to make sure whatever question it is, you can ask those questions, and then we can actually, once you finish this, save it to your computer. Once you save it to your computer, you can then upload it, right? So you can go through that process of uploading it once you have done that. Right now it's showing that it's not enabled to save, but you can actually click that enabling there. You can start typing your items in. And just for the sake of what's happening here, I'm just gonna put in what is structural technology, all right? And then you're gonna put infrastructure, house, car. And so these are your possible answers, right? So this is, see how it has at the top, you got possible answer one, possible answer two here, three, four. So you can have A, B, C, and D, right? I'm just gonna put anything random in there. And then you put how many seconds you want. Let's say you want 20 seconds, right? And then the ones that are correct, the one that's correct is actually one. So that's the one I'll put in there. I'm gonna save this real quick. Go over here. I'm just going to keep that same name. It's fine. And I'm just going to save it under my drive here and then click save. Right. So now that it's saved, I can now go back to my Kahoot. Let's minimize this. And I can go to select a file. I can go back to my OneDrive. I can start in my file name here. I can start typing Kahoot and see that it's the one that comes up here. Click on it, click open, right? The problem here is, oops, make sure this is correct here. I'm sorry. Oops, I forgot to close it. Give me a second. Hold on. I thought I closed it, but I forgot. All right, so then I'll save. And then after I do that, I can upload, right? And it's going to add those questions. It's going to add 2 questions. So I can click that. And let's say those are the 2 questions I wanted. So you should see those 2 questions right at the end. This one right here, then also this one that I typed in that you saw about what is the structural technology. And let's say I don't want that particular one that was right here. So now I'm going to delete this. That doesn't have anything to do with my technology. Right? I just wanted you to see that that was there. All right. So that means I could do a whole bunch of them. on the spreadsheet and then come back over with those items. Now, this is, of course, you creating it. Now I'm going to go ahead and click done because I'm not going to add any more. I'm just going to leave 5 questions there. So it's going to let me see them. Do I need to fix anything? Okay, now I need to fix, I don't have a correct answer. Look how it tells me. You have to fix this. So let's go back to there. All right, so I didn't choose a correct answer, but I should have because the correct answer is right here. And then let's go to the second one, I believe it was. And we didn't choose one here, so I need to choose the one, okay? And that way, when you click done, there should be no fixes. Now, I need to make sure I have a name for this. So I'm gonna call this Intro to Technology or Introduction to Technology, that's fine. And then I'll put a short description, technology, unit 1, lesson 1, right? And then click continue, right? And so then it validates your Kahoot, right? And it shows that you're done. Yay, this is good to go. Do you want to test this out? I could. I could preview it, right? To see if it makes any sense and if I like what I see. Right? So I could do it on my phone. You can have the students do it 2 ways. They can either do game code, place in there. And so they have a little game code here, and you can actually test it out by doing your own. You can either type that Kahoot.it at the very top, like I'm going to do right now. And then what I can do from that point is type the game code in. So game code is showing up over here. Right here. There we go. And then I can just take the game code, copy it, and I can go over to play this, right? Paste it in, and I can press enter. Dr. C, right? And then I can play the game. Now, some people know how to do this, creating the actual Kahoot, but it's really important that you also know how to do some other things. So the thing is, I can see on the other side what this person is doing. So let's go back over here. Since I've already created this. And so Dr. C is in, right? So I can start this game, can't I? Yes, I can. So it'll start off with the name of the actual presentation and it counts down. Okay. And so it's going to keep on going, asking the question. This is what the students would see. And they would have that 20 seconds to get their response in. So some students may push that button and say, I think the answer is here. Right? And so, oh, it's incorrect. This is what the students see. But then this is what you see on your side. Is this actual chart right here. It's a stackable little chart where you can know how many kids got whatever the correct answer was, right or not. So it actually is very good for you to play along beforehand to see how it's all going to work and what it's going to look like. But I'm not going to continue playing, so I'm just going to go ahead and exit out of that. All right, and go back to my little screen over here. All right, so let's close these other ones. I just wanted to make sure they were there so you could see what that would look like. But let's go back. Now, the other thing I wanted you to see is let's go back over here, click this done area. All right, now let's go back to where I told you could actually learn how to do some great things here. So let's go down to the first part here that we talked about. Let's go back over on the other side. I'm going to go back to the home. Okay, so at the home, if you go to the very bottom, it says Discover Kahoots. Let's click that. Now, this is an awesome tool because you can choose all kinds of things. You can go under the different topics you see at the top right here, like math, science, English language, social studies, general knowledge, or you can start to search items. So I want you to see the diversity of what you can find. So let's say I was looking for a graphics design item, right? Press enter, searched. Then I have all kinds of items that show up right here that can be used. It's 10 questions here. We got a review over here. We got 20 questions over here. We have 18 questions over here. We got color theory questions over here. So there's a lot to choose from. Let's go over here and see if I can find something for cybersecurity. Right? Press enter. And there's some questions here that they have for a variety of things. There are some things that are like 101, some things are like a review. So you can always choose one. I'm going to choose one more subject because I want you to see how diverse this really is. So let's say I was looking for, let's say a cosmetology topic like hair and nails, right? If you scroll down, you'll see that there are some hair and nail questions. So I could literally click here and I could look through the questions because these are the questions here and say, oh, wow, we're covering this right now about the sweat glands, about the body, about the defense, about the different portions, the hair, the nails themselves. We're covering all of this. We're talking about brittleness. We're talking about all of that. So you could go over here and you can play it to see how it play, or you could edit this and say, you know what, I need to add a few more questions. So you can actually click this edit, right? And you can go through there. You're going to duplicate this, of course. So click that. And then you're going to go through, and where you see you want to change something, you can change it by just clicking there and start backing up information, right? Taking it out. Or you could go down to some items that you say, I don't like the way that's phrased, or what have you, right? You may go back in there and switch some answers around to make it a little bit more random than it is. And some of this is really kind of related, so you might want to change it to some tricky type of too close for comfort answers. So you can get them to really think hard on this. You also see the time here. You also see down here, you can add some more questions just like normal. You can go to the question bank and do that. We did that earlier. So you still have those features, but remember, again, this is a premium feature so that you don't have access to. But you can always click done here because, I didn't do anything with it. So I'm going to keep it the way it was. So I can click done. I'm not going to preview it or anything. But what I can do also is to make sure it stays in my area so I can quickly go to it. So I'm going to go to favorite Kahoot and click the star here, right? But if I didn't want this anymore, I could always just click this and delete it. But I'm going to leave that there, right? So there's a lot of different things that you can search for. You can search, this is the box that you would search your whole list to find one of your older ones you can use for your students, and you can still keep discovering. So you can go back and discover again. Click the discover button at the top, go back, search in this box again, find your next Kahoot that you may want to customize. So again, there are a lot of great features that you can use in here. I want to just highlight again, this is your menu. So again, the menu is these three lines here. Click that. You can go through all of these different areas that you can create your items. You do have collections, which is new, and you can always do that one as well. So you can always go over there, create you a collection. Right now, I already have a collection for skeletons. And so I have already put inside there something. And then I can add more if I wanted to by clicking create collection. And then I could name it. I'm just going to put a fake name there, fake name there. Then I could do an image if I wanted, click create. And then I can select from my previous ones again. So I just wanted you to see that there's so many options for you. In terms of that, I'm going to use this particular one. I added that one, but there's some other ones I could add in there. And it could actually be a whole bunch of items that are unit related. So I can click done. I like what's there. That's great. I can also add another Kahoot that will go up under there. So you can do all kinds of things, but click done when you're finished, and then it will go into its own collection. And then you just keep on adding from there. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to send me an email. I'll be more than happy to create a Zoom and help and assist wherever I can. Thank you.